ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So let's discuss today about the 5 personalities in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's very important to know these 5 personalities. It's very important to understand their merciful nature. If someone can comprehend their merciful nature, that devotee can easily render devotional service. Easily. Let's begin. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says very beautifully, Panchatattva avatirna chaitanyera sange Panchatattva laya karena sankirtana range. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he came with 5 personalities and he did sankirtan only with them. And obviously with other devotees, but they began the sankirtan movement. Panchatattva eka vastu nahi kichu bhed rasa asvadite tabu vividha vibhed. So he's saying Panchatattva, 5 personalities, but there is no difference in 5 personalities. They're all same. You might have heard, no? Name, form, qualities, pastimes are same on the absolute platform. Sometimes devotees keep scratching their head. Same kaise hota hai? How is name and the person same? You know what? We hear from senior devotees that when we advance in Krishna consciousness, there will be a time when we are chanting Hare Krishna. And we'll realize that this name Krishna and personality Krishna are not different. Abhinnatva nama naminaha. Because that name will manifest the form. Hope this happens before we leave the body. It should happen. We are Gaudiya Vaishnavas. If Gaudiya Vaishnavas don't attain perfection before leaving the body, then who will attain perfection? We are supposed to. We say, no, that we get hereditary things from our forefathers, fathers, etc. This is exactly what we have got in inheritance. So we have this inheritance, that is, before leaving the body, attaining Krishna Prem. That is our inheritance. There are different ways in which people go back home, back to Godhead. There are some people who, at the time of death, they're pretty nice devotees. They leave the body. They remember the Lord. And there are different devatas who will pass the soul from one to another to another. And finally, there is Amanavas who will come. Amanavas means the Vaikuntavasis. They'll come take that person and then they'll dip him in Viraja river, the spiritual nadi that is there. And then that person comes out with his effulgent body and then they go to Vaikuntha. This is one. Second is, Lord himself comes for some people. He comes on Garuda. Chalo, let's go. So this is second category. But then even in second category, the person has to leave the body, material body. And then he can step on to the divine chariot that has come, Ratha that has come. And the third category is where the devotee in this body itself, by his advancement in Krishna consciousness, he's every day already entering the Leelas of the Lord and serving the Lord in the Leelas. So what happens is at the time of his death, he dies and he does not get to know also he has died because he is always serving there and he continues serving. How's that? So this third category is what is Gaudiya Vaishnavas. First two are other sampradayas, like Sri Sampradaya. But for us, this is the third one that is given. Before leaving the body, attaining Krishna Prem and being already part of that pastimes. Therefore, we Gaudiya Vaishnavas, We have to understand our parampara is very, very special, very unique. Such a thing is not given to anyone in the entire creation. It's only Gaudiya Vaishnavas who have received this treasure. And who gave that treasure to us? Panchatattva. So Panchatattva gave us this treasure. And therefore it is said that all these 5 of them, Panchatattva, they're non-different from each other on the absolute platform. And only when we advance in bhakti, we'll understand how they are non-different. Like how Krishna and Krishna's name are non-different. Similarly, these 5 personalities are non-different. But that does not mean they're all same, so all of them, they get the same position. No. For rasa, for the pastime purpose, they all have different roles to play. Their moods are different. Many times you say that more merciful than Krishna is Gauranga Mahaprabhu. More merciful than Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Nityananda Prabhu. More merciful than Nityananda Prabhu is Srila Prabhupada. So now sometimes devotees say that it's like Krishna expects us to have passing mark of at least 35. Then he says, okay, chalo, pass. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is like, kuch to likho, main pass karta hu. But Nityananda Prabhu, he runs behind us. At least naam to likho, main pass karta hu. And Prabhupada is that personality. He just sees, kya naam hai, and he writes. So many times devotees say, कि प्रभु जी समझ नहीं आता है, आप लोग जो फेस्टिवल आता है उस पर्सनालिटी को इतना ग्लोरीफाई करते हैं कि ही इज मर्सीफुल. अभी नित्यानंद प्रदेश गया, then we said Nityanand Prabhu is more merciful. Now Gaur Purnima is coming, so Gauranga Mahaprabhu is more merciful. Merciful है कौन? Actually everyone is merciful. Only thing that we see is their mood is different and the way they enact their pastime is different. And therefore their moods along with the pastime that they exhibit determines how merciful they are. And here we understand that these 5 personalities, they all have a different mood and they exhibit wonderful pastimes to establish that how merciful they are. Very beautiful shloka, please repeat. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So we have 5 personalities. So Bhakta or Bhakta Rupa is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa. And Bhakta Swarupa is Nityananda Prabhu. Bhakta Avatara is Advaita Acharya. Bhakta Shakti is Gadadhar Pandit. And Bhakta is Srivas Thakur. So these are the 5 personalities. All of them they are coming in the form of devotees. And they have these different descriptions. Now, let's understand the identity of these 5 personalities. It is described, if you don't understand Tattvataha, in truth, Siddhanta, if it is not clear, then it's very difficult to render devotional service. We keep floating on this emotional platform, sentimental platform. We see, sometimes we ask this question, why do you accept Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead? And sometimes newcomers write, because he's my friend. He's so nice. Last time I wanted this for sense gratification, he gave it to me. When Siddhanta is not clear, now just imagine, next time he prays, and if Krishna does not sanction, then he is not supreme. I'll go shop for some other god. But Siddhanta wise, if we understand, then even if something happens very terrible in life, still the person does not leave the lotus feet of the Lord. He'll always cling on to the lotus feet of the Lord. You see so many examples in iskcon itself. Now, there are devotees who have got terrible chronic diseases. But they don't give up the worship of the Lord, service of the Lord. They don't say, I'm a full-time devotee. Every day I'm chanting so many rounds. Why you gave me this disease? No problem. My prarabdha, I'll go through it. That's the mode. Therefore, we understand very clearly that when the Siddhanta is clear, then come what may, will not get affected. But when the Siddhanta, when we don't understand the truth, when we don't understand the philosophy, then it's a problem. So let's understand Tattvataha. What is the identity of these personalities? Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Ekala Ishvara Advitiya Nandatmaja Rasika Shekhar. So the same personality, Brajendra Nandan Jai Sachi Sutta Hoilo say, the same Brajendra Nandan. Who is Braja Indra? Nanda Maharaj, the king of Braj is Nanda Maharaj. So it is described, the son of Nanda Maharaj came as the son of Mother Sachi. And who is he? Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. I'll not get into too much of technical details. But one thing we need to understand is, Swayam Bhagavan is Krishna himself with the mood of a cowherd boy. And then he expands. Then we have a lot of other different types that comes down. We call it as Swayam Prakash. That also is divided into two. Prabhav Prakash, Vaibhav Prakash. There is one more category called Tad Ekatma Rupa. Then that is divided into categories. Prabhav Vilas, Vaibhav Vilas. Then we have avatars, etc., etc. So if someone says that Mahavishnu came down, so we might say, okay, Bhagavan is there. But when you're saying Swayam Bhagavan, it's Krishna with the same mood of Braj. He has come down, the same Brajendra Nandan, he has come down. And he has come down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is that personality. And very beautifully it is said, Ekala Ishwara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya Jare Jaiche Nachai Se Taiche Kare Nritya. So that Swayam Bhagavan is Ishwara. All of us know that. Ishwara means controller. So he controls everyone. He controls all of us. But the most fascinating thing is, he controls all the other incarnations also. How's that? So from Krishna comes all the different incarnations. And Krishna controls all of them. That is very fascinating to hear. So therefore it is said, he is that Ishwara, Param Ishwara, who controls anyone and everyone. And that Param Ishwara has come. How has he come? Say Krishna Avatirana, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Say Parikara Gana Sanghe Sabadhanya. Very beautiful. The same person has come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he does not come alone. He comes with all his associates. This is very nice about the Lord. He'll never come alone to perform his pastimes. He comes with all his associates to perform pastimes. And then, very beautifully it is said, Ekale Ishwara Tattva Chaitanya Ishwara Bhakta Bhava Maya Tara Shuddha Kalevara. Now, as soon as someone says the Lord has come as a devotee, then suddenly this question might arise, I am also devotee. I am also devotee. I have got this material body. So maybe when Lord comes down, he also accepts a material body. Hari Bol. As soon as we get this thought, we have to understand we are a Mayavadi. So does Lord have a material body? And here it is very clear that Shuddha Kalevara, fully transcendental form. There is no tinge of matter. No tinge of matter. This one thing that you will find, since we are in iskcon, right from day one it's very clear Lord has a transcendental form. But for outsiders it is not like that. Now they will say, कि हाँ भगवान कृष्ण को तो वो बाण लगा था ना, इसलिए वो शरीर त्याग गया अपना. How can Lord leave his body? Come on. There is no difference between Lord and his body. Like we are spirit soul in the body, and when we die, we come out of the body. So Lord is not like that. Lord is like a sugar ball. Inside also sugar, outside also sugar. So Lord is like that. Inside spiritual, outside spiritual. Fully spiritual. But there is nice, hilarious commentaries that people give. They say that when Krishna is saying, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja, surrender unto me, the commentator is writing. So Krishna is saying that surrender onto the unborn within me. There's someone within Krishna and surrender onto that personality. So this is almost like he has a body and there is a soul in that. So immediately you have to understand that this is bogus. Because we and the Lord, we have completely different form altogether. We have material body and his body, he himself, his mind, his intelligence, his heart, everything is same. It's spiritual. It's spiritual. There's no difference. And therefore here, look at Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is making it so clear that Lord has come as Bhakta, but he does not have a material body, Shuddha Kalevara, transcendental form. Ethe Bhakta Bhava Dhare Chaitanya Gosai Bhakta Swarup Tara Nityananda Bhai. So when Lord Chaitanya came, Lord Krishna came as Lord Chaitanya in his transcendental form, immediately his elder brother Balram Hoilo Nitai, he came down as Nityananda Prabhu. So Chaitanya and Chaitanya's elder brother Nityananda Prabhu. And then Bhakta Avatar Tara Acharya Gosai Eitina Tattva Sabhe Prabhu Kari Gai. So three personalities now. Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, Advaita. And he is saying all these three personalities are predominators. They are all Bhagavan, they are all Vishnu Tattva. Therefore, when we offer Tulsi to Panchatattva, we offer it to Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya. Because all three of them are Vishnu Tattva, they are predominators or masters. But now, as I said, there is no difference between these personalities. But there is a difference in mood. What is that difference? Eka Mahaprabhuara Prabhu Dui Jana Dui Prabhu Seve Mahaprabhura Charana. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying, Ek hai Mahaprabhu और दो केवल प्रभु और हम हैं छोटे प्रभु. Devotees call each other as Prabhu. So हम इनके समान है क्या? No, we are not equal to them. Nowhere. So here very beautiful. Lord Chaitanya is Mahaprabhu and these two are Prabhus. And what are these two Prabhus doing? These two Prabhus are serving Mahaprabhu. So all three are Vishnu Tattva, but they have taken two roles. Sevya Bhagavan and Sevak Bhagavan. Sevya Bhagavan means that Lord who accepts service. And Sevak Bhagavan means that Lord who serves. So sometimes when we say, no, spiritual master is God. Sometimes when people don't understand the tattva, as I said, they go mad, they go do some stupid things. So such people who don't have proper understanding, they'll remove the form of Krishna, the photo of Krishna, Vigraha of Krishna and keep the spiritual master's big photo. This you'll find in so many places now. So many organizations, so many houses, their guru's photo is there and Krishna is not there in the altar. Why? Because for them they say, Guru or Krishna, dono Bhagwan hi to hai. There is a difference. Sevya Bhagwan, Sevak Bhagwan. There is a difference. But even then, see, when we talk about Guru, he is still a Jiva Tattva. He can never become Vishnu Tattva. Never. But here we have all three of them as Vishnu Tattva. But still, one Vishnu Tattva is Mahaprabhu, other two are Prabhu. And these two Prabhus are serving Mahaprabhu. So whenever you see the Panchatattva photo, Panchatattva in the Mayapur, so you should remember, okay, Mahaprabhu. Prabhu 1, Prabhu 2. And all of them are serving Mahaprabhu. Both of them are serving Mahaprabhu. And then it is said, Eitina Tattva Sarvaradhya Karimani Chaturtha Ei Bhakta Tattva Aradhaka Jani. So this side we covered. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya. Now it is said, oh, there is another Tattva now coming into picture. And that Tattva is the fourth principle. And that is Bhakta Tattva. The one who comes in the category of Shakti. And that is Gadadhar Pandit. So internal potency of the Lord. So when Krishna comes down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Balram comes as Nityananda Prabhu, Mahavishnu is coming as Advaita Acharya. So at the same time, internal potency of the Lord, Srimati Radharani's incarnation is Gadadhar Prabhu. Gadadhar Prabhu. Now one more remains. Shrivasadi Jata Koti Bhakta Gana Shuddha Bhakta Tattva Madhye Tansabara Ganana. The innumerable pure devotees. There might be some sitting here also. The innumerable pure devotees. And the leader of all pure devotees is Srivas Thakur. And that Srivas Thakur is the fifth personality in the Panchatattva. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas. Can you imagine all five of them? They are very special. Each personality is so special, extraordinary personalities. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada writes very, very nicely in a purport. This will surely help all of us in our daily chanting. Prabhupada writes, one should know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always accompanied by these other tattvas. So we saw that. Therefore, our obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are complete when we say Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So there are some people who say that I'll worship only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I don't believe in others. I don't believe in Advaita. I don't believe in Nityananda. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami at another place he writes, if you believe Chaitanya and not others and you condemn them, you are surely going to have a very terrible destination in future. Why? Because when we are offering obeisances to Lord Chaitanya, it becomes complete only when we offer obeisance to all the five personalities. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada, he never introduced worshipping only Lord Chaitanya. Is there in Panchatattva with other four devotees, other four personalities. Therefore, Prabhupada writes, as preachers of Krishna consciousness movement, we first offer our obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chanting Panchatattva mantra. So whenever we do kirtan, whenever we are doing japa, the first is we chant Panchatattva mantra. And after that we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then Prabhupada is writing, while chanting Hare Krishna, there are 10 offenses. Dasha Nama Prad. But when you chant the holy names of Panchatattva, there are no offenses. Now some intelligent devotee might say, let's chant Panchatattva mantra only. Let's skip Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Best and no offenses. Can we do that? Why? Our goal in life is, we'll live our life to please someone. Devotees live their life to please someone. They are not living their life to do whatever they want. And it is described. Panchatattva want us to chant Hare Krishna. Therefore we are chanting Hare Krishna. And same thing Prabhupada is repeating. That you chant Hare Krishna. And therefore we are chanting Hare Krishna. So always remember this point. In fact, there were some devotees whom I found. They chant 1 or 2 rounds of Gaur Nitai, Gaur Nitai, Gaur Nitai, Gaur Nitai. One day I was shocked to see, iskcon में ही है कि आप कोई और संप्रदाय से आए? गौर निताय बोले प्रभु जी वो चैतन्य चरितामृत में दिया है, अगर हम गौर निताय का नाम जपते हैं तो उसमें कोई अपराध नहीं है, और गौर निताय के नाम जपने से बहुत ही जल्द तुरंत कृष्ण प्रेम प्राप्त हो जाता है. बोला प्रभु पिटाई होगी ऐसे करेंगे तो अभी गौर निताय. But actually Gauranga Mahaprabhu does not like, if we do this. He wants us to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And if we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he will be very pleased. Therefore, we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And Prabhupada is saying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very magnanimous. He does not consider these offenses. Therefore, to derive full benefit of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, chant Panchatattva mantra once, and then start your chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. See, now when these 5 personalities came, what did they do? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he says, Jaan sabalaya prabhura nitya vihara, Jaan sabalaya prabhura kirtana prachara, Jaan sabalaya karena prema aswadana, Jaan sabalaya dana kare prema dhana. See, when Lord comes, he comes with his associates. First point, he comes with his associates. Second, whatever pastimes he does, he'll do only with his associates. And then, if he has to relish some rasa, he'll do that only with his associates. And very beautifully it is described that no one else is there apart from the associates of the Lord in the entire pastime. So, the point is, zabardasti hum Bhagwan ki lila mein nahi ghus sakte. That's the point. Lord comes, he does pastimes with his associates and he leaves with his associates. There's one pastime where in the house of Srivas Thakur, it was a very, very confidential kirtan. सोचिए, जैसे दरवाजा बंद, खिड़कियां बंद, everything is closed. And from inside you're hearing all joyous sounds, happiness, sounds of happiness. Outsiders will think, लोग क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग अंदर? वही पूरी रात, full night. They're so nice to hear. Initially they started Nagar Sankirtan. And devotees are very happy. They'll get up early in the morning, get ready, go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's house, and everyone would come together and start Nagar Sankirtan. From morning till evening, they'll do Nagar Sankirtan. And then, when the sun would set, at that time, they would be so angry at the sun as if they want to burn the sun. Why are you setting? Then that particular day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Gauranga said, why are you wasting time at night sleeping? Let's chant Hare Krishna. And what do you think other devotees said? Pakka? They didn't say, oh, full day we are tired, service. Again you are at night also. All the devotees were extremely happy. And loudly they chanted, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Extremely happy. And from that time began this nocturnal kirtans. It's very wonderful. They'll do nocturnal kirtans at night, the Nagar Sankirtan in the morning. I wonder when they were sleeping. And I can bet they were not sleeping in Bhagavatam class. Nor in Japa. So during that nocturnal kirtans, only few people were allowed. All the associates of the Lord. All the doors would get closed, windows would get closed, and there will be specific personalities who will sing, play mridanga, kartal. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would sing and dance in ecstasy. Nityananda Prabhu would sing and dance in ecstasy. All that would take place in that one place called Srivas Angan. So once, Srivas Thakur's mother-in-law, she said, I also want to see what is happening inside. Zabardasti Leela mein ghusne ka effect. So she entered Zabardasti, and you know what she did? She was hiding somewhere behind the basket. All the doors got closed, windows got closed, Kirtan began, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started dancing, and suddenly he stopped. He said, hey Srivas, maza nahi aa raha hai. I'm not feeling the same ecstasy the way I feel every day. Then he asked, is there someone who is not supposed to be here? And Srivas looked everywhere. He said, nahi, ye to sab apne hi devotees hain. IBC Sarjapur. all are our devotees only. So at that time, again the kirtan began, and again Lord started jumping and dancing. It was very nice. Again Lord stopped. No, Srivas, someone is there who is not supposed to be here. Check. At that time, Srivas started checking here and there, and then he found basket ke piche Sasuma. And now he became so angry, Srivas Thakur, because Srivas Thakur cannot tolerate when Mahaprabhu's ecstasies are obstructed. He couldn't tolerate. He held the hair of Sasuma, and Chalo bahar nikal. And he took and left her outside. I don't know if it was a respectfully left outside or threw her outside, and then the door was closed. Don't try this at home. So here with this pastime and some other pastimes, it's very clear that Lord performs his pastimes only with his associates. Zabardasti we cannot enter, forcefully we cannot enter the association of the Lord. But one thing is there, that when we are doing this preaching activity, we are supposed to participate in the Sankirtan mission of the Lord. So I was thinking, if we are supposed to participate in Sankirtan mission of the Lord, it means we are part of the pastime. But here it is said you cannot enter forcefully. Then how will we become part of this pastime? Only with time, when we advance in devotional service and when we get the required qualification, then we will be empowered more and more. And you will see that empowered devotee who is now the part of the Sankirtan pastime will be able to do wonders. Like A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. What wonder, what wonder. How it's very difficult to comprehend also. 70 and 84 ke beech mein, in this age of 70 and 84, Prabhupada did all that wonder what he did. Empowered personality, no doubt. Even now, when devotees are able to do so many different services, we have to understand that they're empowered by the Lord and they're part of the Sankirtan mission. Therefore, I always say that all of us have to participate in this pastime of Sankirtan. All of us. And for that, the only thing is we have to go more sincere and more deep and serious in Krishna consciousness. Lord will be more than happy to accept us as one of His associates and help us enter the pastimes of Sankirtan. And then it is said, what else they do? Say Panchatattva mili Prithvi Asiya Purva Prema Bhandarera Mudra Ugadiya Panche mili lute prema Kare aswadan Jata jata piye Trishna bade anukshan. It is said these 5 personalities, they did one very important activity. There was some treasure that was sealed and kept. When Lord Krishna came, He came with this treasure. It was sealed. And only those people who were very extra qualified, they were the ones who were given this treasure. Otherwise, it was sealed. People were not able to access it in general. But these 5 personalities, they came. They broke open the seal. They opened the dhakkan. And they started eating themselves, relishing themselves and distributed the nectar to everyone. And when they were eating, it is said, Jata jata piye Trishna bade anukshana. More they were eating this nectar, more they were relishing. More their greed was increasing to eat the nectar more and more. So what does that mean? When we start tasting Krishna consciousness, I'm not talking about prasad. I'm talking about the process of devotional service. When we start tasting the process of devotional service, when we develop some higher taste towards it, we want to do more and more and more. Sometimes when devotees do 64 rounds, I say, karke, bas, kal tak nahi dekhna hai feedback ko. Once I tried also telling one devotee, he said, oh, done. You said 64, I'm done. I said, oh, 1-2 माला extra कर लो. आज के लिए काफी है प्रभु enough. See what to do. We don't have taste, no? But someone who has taste cannot stop. Like Haridas Thakur. Cannot stop. Cannot stop. Prabhupada cannot stop. They're all unstoppable people. But the ones who don't have taste, what to do? They keep stopping every now and then and they need a push every now and then from their superiors. Therefore, it is described, these personalities, they plundered the storehouse of Krishna Prem. They were relishing. They were relishing so much. And more they relished, the thirst grew to render more and more devotional service. One point which I would like to make is that with time, if we get attached to the process of devotional service, say we become attached to chanting Hare Krishna, hearing Bhagavatam class, we become attached to doing deity worship, serving Vaishnavas. You know what? This attachment will become contagious. So as Krishna conscious preachers, this attachment is the treasure. And now when we come in touch with anyone, you know what will happen? This virus of attachment will get into the other person without you coughing also. There's no need. You just come in touch with the person and this virus of attachment goes into the heart of another person. And that person will pass this to someone else and someone else and someone else. This is called actual preaching. Just speaking doesn't work. When we speak, information will go. But along with our speech, what is there in our heart, that will also go. Say we have anarthas, that will go with the speech. And say we have attachment to the Lord, oh, that will get with the speech into the heart of the devotee. And if at all, if we can help some devotee to get attached to the Lord, our job is done as the preacher. We are done. Now naturally what's going to happen is, he will go in autopilot mode, karta rahega wo, apna kaam khatam. Therefore, more we relish Krishna consciousness, more we are blissful, people around will ask, can I also participate? Can I also be part of your group? And more, we are distressed in life, and you're telling, हमारे program में आइए, and they look at our face and say, आपके ऐसा नहीं बनना है मुझे. I don't want to go as distressful as you. Therefore, you'll see happy devotees attract more happy people, more and more people. So, therefore, existing devotees have to make sure that beg and pray to Krishna and develop this mode of Krishna, develop this taste for Krishna consciousness. The thing is, we should pray to the Lord that please help me. Please help me so that I can develop some taste in the process of Krishna consciousness. When we develop taste in Krishna consciousness, and when we actually relishing, बोलने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. I'm relishing. People will be able to make out. When you see some drunkards drinking alcohol, it's not that the drunkards have to say, बहुत अच्छा लगता है मुझे पीने में. You understand looking at their faces, so blissful looking at the bottle. Yeah? So blissful. So you need not ask them and need not tell explicitly. Similarly, when a devotee is practicing devotional service and if he is actually relishing, other people can actually make out, and especially in a city like this, people are very intelligent to make out if the person is actually relishing or is just fake. Easily people can make out easily. Look at Panchatattva. They were relishing, and more they were relishing, their greed to render devotional service was increasing more and more and more. And then it is said, Puna puna piyaya haya mahamatta nache kande hase gaya jai che mada matta. And with this, they were dancing, they were singing, they were crying, and they were mad. Matta, they're completely mad. And now what they did in this madness, very wonderful. Please repeat. Patra patra vichara nahi, nahi sthana sthan, jai jahan paya tahan, kare premadan. One very important point, an amazing point that is spoken here is, they didn't see who is the right patra. They didn't see who is qualified and who is not qualified. They didn't see which place is good and which place is bad. They just went around and distributed this process of devotional service, the chanting of Hare Krishna. It is described that Nityananda Prabhu, he would go to so many places which were forbidden places. He'll be found the place where people drink alcohol. He'll be found in other places where not very good people live. And there he is preaching. Once one disciple of Srila Prabhupada came and he proposed to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I heard there are a lot of people going to nightclubs. So I'm thinking I'll go there and distribute books. How's the idea? And Prabhupada said, amazing idea. Just make sure you come back. When I was reading this shloka, I was just thinking about myself. What qualification we have that we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Just think about this one point. What qualification? At least for me, when I look back and see what nonsense I was doing, and suddenly I'm given this opportunity to chant Hare Krishna. I always think, what qualification we have? What qualification? Can you imagine what we are doing is something that is very, very rare. Prabhupada writes, the highest benediction for the entire humanity is an opportunity to hear, to get an opportunity to hear about Krishna. And look at us. Every now and then we get an opportunity to hear about Krishna. Every now and then. It is described, most fortunate person can only chant Hare Krishna. Example is there, author of Ramayana, Valmiki, who was before an hunter. And he couldn't chant the holy names of the Lord because he was not qualified. And look at us. we are able to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Are you able to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Show once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, everyone is able to chant Haribol. Amazing. See, for us, we might take it for granted. Oh, this person is also devotee, that person is also devotee, everyone is devotee around, everyone is chanting. So, नई बात क्या है इसमें? Only when we stay in the association of non-devotees for a very long time, then we will realize what it means to have devotee association. Anyways, don't pray for it, it's very deadly. It's very deadly. One devotee, he went to, I think his job got transferred in Chennai or somewhere. The devotee is North Indian. And there he is not getting association of any devotee. Forget about prasad and this and that. Some remote place looks like. So he was telling me that, Prabhu, I'm intensely praying that I should come back to Bangalore in the association of devotees. And once I come back, I will never leave devotee association. Before he was taking for granted. Whenever he would call for programs, he would say, Prabhuji, my friend has come, relative has come, this. He would not come. And after he came back from Chennai, he has never missed any program. He'll be there for every program. But sometimes we say, no, lato ke bhoot, baaton se nahi mante. In Hindi we say that. Sometimes we belong to that category. Krishna will just kick us to an extent where we'll go and fall in a place where there is no devotee association. And then we'll realize, oh, Krishna, I'm not able to practice bhakti. We are so fortunate, so fortunate. Just like that, without any qualification, we got connected to Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. Whenever I read about the acharyas in the parampara, I get goosebumps. He कैसे ऐसे परंपरा में मैं कैसे जुड़ गया? Just think about Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. At the age of 6, he has memorized entire Bhagavad-gita. You ask any shloka, he will tell the shloka and give a pravachan on that shloka. He'll give a class on that. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, his father, he wrote hundreds of songs, so many books. In the Saraswati Thakur, he took a vow to chant 100 crore names. Continuously. It took 9 years, 4 months to finish the vow. 100 crore names. You all want to try this vow? Anyone? नहीं कुछ बुरा नहीं है इसमें हरिबोल. You can 100 crore names. Any other acharya you pick up, you will see this glorious. So therefore, it's very important to always comprehend this fact and always analyze what qualification I had that I have got such a great blessing. And when we start counting the blessings in our life, gratitude in the heart will increase. And when the gratitude increases, our heart becomes soft, fertile, so that the Bhakti Lata beach can grow very nicely. Because when the gratitude is not there, we take things for granted. That is the time when we commit offenses. That is the time we take things for granted. No, all devotees granted, deities granted, instruments granted. One devotee was telling me he went to South Africa and he was given Duffly to sing Jai Radha Madhav. Duffly, you all know Duffly? And after the class he asked, Duffly kyun diye? Kartal kyun nahi diye? And they said, we had only one set of Kartal, now someone has to go to India. Then only we can get another one. And I was thinking, हमारे यहाँ सब जगह पड़े होते हैं. Beads also for that matter. We are so fortunate just like that. Therefore, I always do this activity for myself. I always keep analyzing what qualification I have and what I have got. And suddenly, that gush of emotions will be there in the heart, thinking that how merciful the lordships are. They didn't see who is qualified and who is not qualified. They just distributed just like that to everyone. All of us sitting here. It's just a matter of time that we all will attain Krishna Prem. But how much time? That's a question mark. In this life or after few lifetimes? No, we don't know. But surely we'll attain. But the greed is this lifetime. That's the greed that devotees should have. Now the question comes that they have done so much of service for us. They are so merciful. Patra apatra na dekhi. without seeing qualification, they distributed this mercy. How can we please them? And here it is said, Jagata dubila jivera haila bija nasha taha dekhi pancha janera parama ullasa. It is described when these 5 personalities, when they saw that the entire world is inundated in this very, very amazing nectar of Krishna consciousness. And when the sense gratificatory desires from the heart are completely removed, Parama Ullasa, they are completely blissful. So what actually gives bliss to our superiors is when our tendency for sense gratification goes down and our taste for Krishna consciousness increases. These 2 things gives a great pleasure to our superiors. Great pleasure. Therefore, Narottam Das Thakur he sings, Arka benitai chande karuna hoi be samsara basana mora kabe tuchha habe. So he's saying, when will the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu flow in my life? When will the mercy of Guru flow in my life? And this sense gratification desires become insignificant. Tuchha habe. And then he says, Vishaya chadiya kabe shuddha habe mana kabe hama herabo Shri Vrindavana. So he is saying, when will that day come when I'll go to Vrindavan and actually see Vrindavan? Now when we go, we see buildings. We don't see that Chintamani, Prakara Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha. We don't see all that. So he's saying, when will that day come when all these samsara vasana, all these unwanted material sense gratificatory desires become insignificant or completely removed? And when will that day come when I'll actually witness Sri Vrindavan Dham? And you'll see, our superiors will not be very much pleased. They might be pleased with whatever achievements we have in our preaching endeavors or in our material life or whatever. And it's very important that we go deep in devotional service and attain these higher states of Krishna consciousness. Without that, how will we say that I've attained perfection? Therefore, this giving happiness to others is something, giving happiness to our superiors is something that we need to comprehend, and they will be surely pleased when we have these achievements in our material life and at the same time when we have some spiritual achievements. But I've heard that devotees are very much pleased. Superiors are very much pleased when we develop qualities of Vaishnavas. How many qualities are there? Innumerable, but 26 are prominent. 26 qualities of a Vaishnava. So when our superiors see, okay, this devotee is developing Vaishnava qualities, they become very happy, they're very pleased. Because it goes on to say that this devotee is getting closer to Krishna. And this devotee is going to come back to Godhead in eternal service of Krishna. So that mode, they become very, very happy, very, very pleased. Therefore, if we really want to make our superiors happy, now we have to advance in Krishna consciousness. I'm remembering this question and answer session with Jayapadaka Maharaj. Maharaj asked this question by his disciple, that Guru Maharaj, what will please you the most? And Maharaj said, if you become pure devotee, that will please me the most. So this is what is expectation. This is what is expectation. And see, all these personalities they are feeling ulhasa, parama ulhasa, very, very happy when they are seeing that devotees are drowning in the nectar of Krishna consciousness and the samsara bija is completely destroyed. So 2 things we have to do. Strive to attain Krishna Prem, and second, help others to strive to attain Krishna Prem. These are two things that we have. Perfect one's own life and help others to perfect their life. Therefore, at the end, one concluding verse which Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami quotes at the start of the chapter, I thought I'll quote it at the end. Please repeat. Jaya Jaya Mahaprabhu, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Tahara Charnashrita, Se Bada Dhanya, who is that most fortunate person? Who is that most glorified personality? And here it is said, anyone who takes shelter, Charanashrita, of Sri Krishna Chaitanya, that person is most glorified, most fortunate. Therefore, all of us, when every day we are chanting Hare Krishna, before that when we chant Panchatattva mantra, before the kirtans when we chant Panchatattva mantra, when we go in front of altar and when we pray to Panchatattva, we are actually taking shelter of Panchatattva. And when we follow the principles given by them, like Trinadapi Sunichena, we are actually following them. Therefore, by taking shelter of Panchatattva, we Gaudiya Vaishnavas can perfect our life. And I've made it very clear what is perfection for a Gaudiya Vaishnava. Attaining Krishna Prem before quitting this body. Thank you very much. Shri Shri Panchatattva ki Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.